I'm a nude photographer and I'm a woman. That's a novelty of modern history. For women in the past, it was quite unusual to be an artist. For centuries, women were inferior to men and didn't have the same opportunities and rights as men. The world of art was a male dominated world. Women's typical role was to be a housewife and mother. In the history of art, there have not been many celebrated female artists, yet there are many celebrated female nudes. According to John Berger, women were depicted by the male painter for the male owner. The depiction of women is designed to flatter the male spectator. These women are usually idealized, stripped of their body hair, and often portrayed passive and timidly looking away, never directly at the spectator. The passivity means submissiveness, and shying away makes it easier for the male spectator to gaze upon them. By removing the body hair, you are stripping away what hair represents: passion and sexual power. According to Berger, the woman's sexual passion needs to be minimized so that the spectator might feel that he has the monopoly of such passion. This objectification, this male gaze, reflects upon the women's position in the society, and it hasn't changed much even nowadays. Today, the attitudes and values which inform the tradition are expressed through other media, advertising, journalism, television, but the essential way of seeing women, the essential use to which their images are put, has not changed. What impact does it have on women? According to John Berger, the fact that women constantly survey themselves has always been embedded in the society. They grow up in an environment that teaches them that the way how they appear to others, but mainly to men, is crucially important in their lives. And how they appear to others is more important than how they appear to themselves. So we live in a society where women believe that they will be more appreciated for what they look like than for who they are, or that what they look like defines who they are. Women spend more money and time on beauty than men and are more affected by anorexia and bulimia. And nowadays, the pressure on women to be unrealistically beautiful is ubiquitous. The women bodies are dismembered by Photoshop in ads for all kind of products. But the unrealistic ideal of beauty also appears on social media, in music videos, in magazines, and etc. Advertisers tell you how to be more beautiful. Television programs, even news programs, ridicule women who fail to meet traditional beauty standards. Your appearance is so chronically observed by other people that over time you become an observer of yourself. Instead of looking out at the world, you spend all of the time imagining how you look to the world. But you cannot monitor your body's appearance and be engaged with the world, because between you and the world is a mirror that travels with you everywhere. This is what makes women objectify themselves. This is just a quick summary of my CRJ. You can find more details in regards to my research there. But how is this related to me? This research has been really eye-opening. It is great to be aware of how female artists have been neglected, how women as subjects have been depicted, and what impact it has on the society nowadays. With this new knowledge, I'm more careful about what sort of work I'm creating, and I always think twice if it really conveys what I would like to express. As a photographer and director in one person, I have full control of whether I objectify myself or not. I always try to give my work a twist by using a lot of different techniques, like overexposure, adding textures, choosing unusual perspective, distorting the vision, merging the body with the surrounding, and etc. The reason why I use these techniques is to draw the attention away from the subject itself and to focus on the photograph as a whole. I also don't remove any imperfection and use Photoshop for very basic purposes. For me to shoot is to be free, and my body is a tool. The way I direct my work has an effect on what my work reflects about me. I hope my work will be able to say, this is not only what she looked like, but also who she was intellectually and as a person. Women have the same potential to be great artists as men, and they don't have to be naked in order to get to museums. In the 20th century, with the increase of women's rights and equality in the society, women started pointing out objectification of women in art. Some female artists would try to transform the stereotypes. These are some female artists worth mentioning. Guerrilla Girls is an anonymous group of feminist female artists that formed in New York in 1985. They use fact, humor, and outrageous visuals to expose gender and ethnic bias, as well as corruption in politics, art, film, and pop culture. They fight discrimination and support human rights for all people and all genders. Sylvia Slay was a woman who turned her gaze onto the male nude. She painted nude men the way old masters painted nude women. She attacked the patriarchal history by switching the female nude for a male to reveal how sexualized the female nude really is. Anne Bridgman was a pioneering photographer of nude self-portraits. Rejecting her prescribed role as wife and mother, Bridgman called her photographs her picture children. The camera was her tool of personal liberation. My pictures tell of my freedom, of my soul, of my emancipation from fear. These women had my respect. They went against the flow and decided to break the conventions and stereotypes of their time. There are a lot more women like that. I want to find out more about them and about feminist art. I feel like I finally found something that resonates with the way how I create and live. I want to embrace the freedom and joy of being myself. I'm not able to change people's attitudes. Some people will always follow me to see a piece of flesh. However, it is important to keep reminding myself what my own attitude is. I'm not just a naked object of desire, but a strong woman with a personality. And that's the art I want to make.